My faith is relentless. Yeah. Come on. If you with me, then pick them up and put them down. Boots to the pavement, kingdom invasion, proclaiming his name and reclaiming his people. We are the church, no building, no steeple, making our Lord popular, evangelizing the youth and raising up the generation of Joshua to rise up, wise up and open their eyes up and live unashamed for the Christ living inside us. Relentless. Yeah.
Welcome to Relentless Faith, Relentless Faith, Relentless Faith, and we are in the house again, y'all. We're going to have a crushing show tonight, but tonight's show is a little special. We went all the way down to WATC TV in Atlanta, Georgia, where we shot some music and some interviews with a gentleman named Pilgrim. Now let's hear from his first song that he's going to do tonight, and it's called Progress on Relentless Faith.
Progress is the second track on my new album, or the title track on my new album. It's about when you're going through different steps in life and you have to push forward. It's when you're going through trials or struggles or any type of temptation, and you continue to move forward in your faith, you continue to grow in your faith, continue to pursue Christ, continue to look at God and see Him for what He really is and move forward.
One pilgrim amongst many in my city. I heard a little voice inside me say the truth will probably free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind. Putting on my shoes, running out of time, hoping that I'll make it to the finish line. Think it's quitting time every single day and night, but I wanna be the type of guy that little kids can follow, right? Wax on, wax off. I'm on my David Hasselhoff, standing on the Berlin Wall, try to break it down. If you want progress, then you better hear my sound. Sound doctrine in the starting line. When you hear the truth, they say they'll probably free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind. Little homie told me just the other day, he's struggling with all the bills that homie's gotta pay. Working 9 to 5, he can't seem to find a way. Every single day he's smoking, but he finally got away. Dang, what a notion, that progress was his life in forward motion. The commotion, when you go back, you lack the facts. Don't give up, slip through the crack. Light in the tunnel is there to keep you intact. So let's go, don't look back, don't go back, nah.
He says you were progressing so well. You were growing. You were developing in a positive way.
Yeah.
You were progressing spiritually. You were being discipled. And then he asked this question. Who hindered you?
What's holding you back?
Who hindered you? Hindered you? Hindered you?
What's holding you back? Nothing. Because in Jesus Christ you have the victory. Yeah. Heard a voice inside me say the truth will probably free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man, free your mind, free your mind, oh man.
My faith is relentless. Yeah.
Welcome back to Relentless Faith. It is going to be a great next segment. Patrick Fuller, AKA Pilgrim, he's going to tell us a little bit about his journey and his way to the Lord. Check it out.
Well, growing up in the church, I knew a lot about Jesus. I knew a lot about God, and I knew how to pray, and I knew about the Bible, and my dad was a pastor, and Mom was faithful, and we just had that kind of family. But yeah, I grew away from the church by the time I was 18 because my dad had divorced my mom, and I was just disillusioned with everything that was going on in my life as a teenager. And so I was walking away from the church very passionately, just arrogant, just tired of it. I was like, I gotta go. But I knew that God still existed. I just didn't know how to pursue him. I didn't want to be obedient. There's kind of like this natural desire to rebel. As a young person, or even as an older person, we have rebellious tendencies towards authority and towards people around us if we don't discipline that, if we don't train that, if we don't get rid of that. So I went through a season where I kind of hit rock bottom. I was surrounded by vice and different struggles and sins that were in my life, temptations everywhere, and I was just giving in to all of them because I was in college and I was just partying and stuff like that. And so I was just living that kind of lifestyle, and I realized, wow, this has no meaning. This is empty to me. I don't have any more pleasure. I don't have any more satisfaction. And I started to feel numb. I didn't have any love towards people that I should love, towards my family, towards my friends. I couldn't feel love for some reason. Yeah, I struggled with alcohol, struggled with lust, trying to date tons of women, but I wasn't very successful at it. I was going to parties. I was trying to find my happiness in all sorts of things like that. I smoked a lot of cigars and stuff like that, and I just felt like I was in part of that lifestyle. I was trying to be a tough guy, essentially. And I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna be tough. I'm just gonna be arrogant and proud and mean to people, and that's the way I'm gonna live. But in the end, that wasn't very satisfying to me.
Patrick was living this party life. I mean, party hard, and it kind of started to come to take its toll on him, I guess you could say. He finally realized that he had to figure out some way to get out of it, and the only way that he was going to be able to do it was through Jesus Christ. So check out this right here. You're going to love it.
I would say there was one night we were all at my house with a bunch of guys, my roommates, and everybody's having some drinks, and people were having a good time in the living room, but I was off by myself in the dining room, and I just had my drink right there in front of me, and I was a little bit intoxicated, but something inside me was like, wow, I am just not happy at all. I'm very numb. This is not fun. I'm not having a good time. These are good people, like good friends and good guys that were supposed to have a good time together. And just, I was off to the side by myself, kind of saying, wow, like something's wrong with me. Something's going on inside of me that is not, I just wasn't happy. And so I realized it then, I realized at that moment, something needs to change. This is the bottom, And so I was like, you know what, I need to go back to church. I started going back. I think God was calling me during that time, like saying, look, this is the way that you need to go. And so my heart was leading me towards that. Went to church, saw people that were joyful, happy, satisfied, peaceful. And I just said, wow, I want that. I want what they have. And so I think that's the first time I really encountered God and saw him for who he really was, and saw Jesus and the love of Jesus and the people, the Christians at the church. Kept going through that, and I made a decision. A friend of mine said, have you ever prayed for salvation? And I was really going through a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness. And I was saying, well, no, I did when I was little, but I don't know if it worked. And so we prayed the prayer that night, and I really meant it, and it really did work. So, and the next day, the next week, the next month, from then on, as a 20-year-old all the way up till now, it's been a life-changing experience where all my desires changed. I read the Bible. I just got serious about Jesus, and it really did affect the way I see the world.
So Patrick has totally committed himself to the Lord, and he wanted to use Pilgrim as a metaphor for like a journey that he was going to take into his new life. So he also is like bilingual, and he figured that if he could take and he could rap in English and in Spanish, that he'd be able to bridge the gap between those two areas. So check this out.
Well, I started my music in 2010, so it's been about almost 6.5, 7 years now. And it's just been, like I said, a journey, because my artist name is Pilgrim, which I got from Pilgrim's Progress, which is a Christian classic that I think everybody should read. But it's a tough read sometimes because of the Old English. But that really defined my faith right when I became a young Christian and was getting serious about my faith. So I started using that as my platform. I started saying, look, this is about the journey. I'm going to tell people about my testimony through my music. I'm going to tell people about holding on to hope. I'm going to tell them about caring about other people, and I'm going to talk about scriptural topics. There's songs that I've written about growing pains or things that Jesus taught, like look at the birds and learn how they do not sow and they do not reap, and that means we don't have to worry about anything. So I write songs like that, and I just really enjoy writing songs like that for people and encouraging a lot of young people specifically. Because I speak Spanish, I have done some mission trips through my church and different churches in the past. And so I took a trip to Honduras, and I was developing my music at the time, just getting started. And I had written a song in Spanish, probably the second song I ever wrote in Spanish. And I was like, wow, I really need to share this with the youth down here. I was in Honduras, like I said, and there was a youth group that was meeting, and they weren't as privileged in a lot of ways. They had some poverty and some struggles in their neighborhood. And so they knew music, they knew good music and things like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do the best I can with the equipment that I have, and we're just going to have a good time, and we're going to talk about Jesus and sing songs about Jesus. Essentially, I was singing a song to the youth group and rapping with them, and everybody was cheering, everybody was having a great time. And they were worshiping God because it was about God. I was saying, ¿Quién es él? ¿Quién es él? Who is he? Who is he? I was saying, El Cordero, the Lamb, right? So we were singing a lot of scriptural-based lyrics. The next day, I didn't expect this at all. Some of the young guys were running around the neighborhood, and we were about to go play soccer. And wow, they were singing the song, and I was like, you know what? I just put truth into his mind. I helped him to recite the truth. I helped him to praise God a little bit more. And so for me, that was a very defining moment where I said, look, I can use all my skills all at once and use them at the highest level possible and be as professional and give quality music. I can be as professional as possible. And so, yeah, that was a defining moment for me where I knew that the youth were being impacted.
So check out some of these tunes in Spanish. Here's one, El Peregrino.
Dile que ese gringo es tu amigo peregrino. Yeah, tell him it's the gringo. It's your friend Pilgrim. Go and tell him what we gon' tell him. Tú no sabías que soy bilingüe, eh? We're gonna speak Spanglish now. Ra, ra, ra. Hold on, I'm messing with these cholas. I'm sipping Coca-Colas while you sipping on Coronas. Crown of thorns got me thinking all about my solar. Solar wearing polos, I'm a gringo catracho. Acting kinda macho, feeling borracho. My ego's a nacho. Chip on my shoulder, don't think I can hold up. Girl trying to flake, I'm like, whoa, hold up. Like she really hate me every time when I roll up. I'm a 90s kid, cause I need my roof roll up. Walk this lonely road, but I got a crew full of pilgrims. And every time I'm out here with them, and we're chilling with the children, and we're rolling in Corollas looking like a Honda. Looking full of Bonza, I guess it's no wonder. Psych, time to take a hike. 1 million with me on this journey day and night. Follow me, hold the light, by my nose, get it right like. Dile que ese gringo, hey, es tu amigo peregrino. It's your friend Pilgrim, hey, estilo muy fino. Yeah, tell him it's the gringo, hey, quiero no olvido. Sinceramente peregrino, si llama tu vecino. Whoa, so this me speaking native tongues, writing on the these lines, every song is unsung. Well, I'm never done, never run, even when I'm feeling undone. Feeling like a Weezer, lay my Ebenezer. Come closer, senorita, thinking you might need a friend to help you through this season. Cause I know the very reason you be people pleasing. Got a heart to serve, God is the one to be pleasing. You know what to say, que se viste de seda, mono cicada. No, I'm not a hater, cause I'm breathing on that smack like Darth Vader. On the light side, told him see you later. Hasta luego, no me sego, leo grego, ya llego, trago fuego. Tell him let go my ego, freed from myself, tell him let go, let go. Tell him Miss Pilgrim de Manchego, yeah, rolling out like a Winnebago. Dile que es gringo, hey, es tu amigo peregrino, it's your friend Pilgrim, hey, estilo muy fino, yeah, tell him it's the gringo, hey, yeah, they don't know me though, sinceramente peregrino, si llama tu vecino. Hola clase, repita por favor, el peregrino es mi favorito, Pilgrim is my favorite. One pilgrim amongst many in my city. Yeah. Ra, ra, ra. Dile que es gringo, hey, es tu amigo peregrino, it's your friend Pilgrim, hey, estilo muy fino, yeah, tell him it's the gringo, hey, yeah, no, no, mira, sinceramente peregrino. I think they're gonna like this one. Yeah.
There's more to life than this. You know, whether we eat or whether we drink, you know, we have to do everything for the glory of God. And in a lot of ways, if we're satisfied in God, then He will be glorified by us, right? If we are knowing Jesus, if we're building a relationship with Him, if we are learning about the fruits of the Spirit and growing in love and joy and peace and really experiencing those in our lives, we're gonna be a lot happier. We're gonna be a lot more joyful. We're gonna be we're gonna really enjoy our lives a lot more. There's more to life than this. I'll be your friend no matter what, you know, I'll care about you no matter what. But I can show you a different way. I can show you something you've never experienced before, and it's Jesus.
So let's talk about hope for a minute, right? Hope is a huge word. I remember a story one time when, you know, I was living in my crazier days and God delivered me from drugs and alcohol. He delivered me from prison life. And I remember one time when I was in jail, I would call my mom on the phone and I would say, "Mama, you gonna come down and visit me?" And she'd say, "Yes, we're coming down there." And sometimes she was able to make it down there and sometimes she wasn't because it was such a long drive. But I still had hope that she would come there because I really wanted to see my mom. I really wanted to see a familiar face, to have somebody there, you know, especially mom, right? And so just having that in your mind where you're hopeful about something that's going to happen for you. And the biggest hope that you can have is that you become hopeful in Jesus Christ. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the reason that I continue to make forward progress, the reason that I continue to go in a direction that is leading me to a focus is because my hope is in the Lord. My hope is in all that He will do for me. Because if I take an opportunity to glance over my shoulder, I can see where He has never failed me. And that gives me hope to know that not only in this life, that there is something for me that's going to come from Him, whether it be great things or mediocre things. Sometimes God allows things or permits things to happen in our lives that turn us and put us in the right direction. but my hope is going to always be in him. And not only here in this earth, we have a hope for an eternal life. When God decides to crack the sky and come here to this place to get his children, our hope is in the fact that he has gone and he's prepared a place for us. A place where there's no tears, a place where we can praise his name and be in his presence all the time. So, check out this song, Hopeful.
It's a song that I wrote during a season in my life where I was writing it to myself. It's a season where I just was struggling with finding hope in God and looking into the future and kind of worried about what the future was going to bring. And so I was just saying, you know, hold on to hope. Don't let go. Trust the people that you're around. Love the people that you're with while you have them. Care about the people that are around you. And just don't give up. Don't give up your dreams. You know, life is short. And you don't really know if you have tomorrow. You don't really know what's gonna happen with your life in the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And I just know that if you experience Jesus, if you put your life in his hands and really trust him and try to learn more about him and really learn more about God and pray to him and deeply study the scriptures, that it will change you. It will change you for the better. And yeah, you'll be happier. Yeah, you'll be stronger. And you'll just have faith that no matter what tomorrow may bring, you'll be okay and you'll make your way through it. And at the end of the day, you'll know that God's by your side and God does love you. God does care about you, no matter who you are, where you came from, or what you've done. God does love you.
Yeah. Sun rises every single morning. Every season, another chapter of your story. Every day's another chance to heal. Take a risk when you get the feels. Hey, just keeping it real. My family was broken, but we put it back together. The worst of missing pieces, different season, different weather. I stay or go. Oh man, you gotta know. Want what you have while you got it. Love those you have while you got them. Hold close to hope now, please don't let it go. It's hard to move on, I know you don't really want to, but you've got to let it go. Wake up, time to kick off the covers. Text to your mother, brother, significant other. Check your phone, check your media, discover what you seeing, huh? What the news feeding ya? Well, yeah, you don't gotta read a lot. Oh, just to feel like you need a lot. But it's true that you don't really need it. Clean the whole plate, don't complain if you're defeated. Life is more than what you say or what you do. It's about how you love the ones you really knew. Help someone just to lift their head today. Hold their hand and ask them if they wanna pray. I know it's hard to find the words to say, but you gotta spread joy anyway. You're the only one near for heaven's sake. Oh, just do it for love. Want what you have while you got it. Love those you have while you got them. Hold close to hope now, please don't let it go. It's hard to move on, I know you don't really want to, but you've got to let it go. Now friends, do not waste another minute. Get up and go and get it, say thank you, don't forget it. Grab a coffee with your BFF. Laugh so hard till you run out of your breath. Give a hug for 30 seconds, let them know it's okay, but you said you gotta go. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. Every day the sun rises and the earth's still spinning. Want what you have while you got it. Love those you have while you got them. Hold close to hope now, please don't let it go. It's hard to move on, I know you don't really want to, but you got to let it go.